I had a lot of friends who were artists, and they weren't making a living, and I was making a living. Not that I was enjoying it, but I figured a good thing to do would be to buy their art and and sort of support them. And that's where really where the stuff began. It's sort of the same rule as with T-shirts and pairs of shoes, which is, my wife's position now is I have to donate some art to a museum in order to be able to buy some more art. I think we have about 1,400 pieces in the collection right now. Her position is that, God forbid something happened to me and she'd have to deal with all this stuff and dispose of all this stuff. I probably get 50 submissions a month of art from different artists all over the world now. And a certain amount of time goes by, and I always respond promptly and say, I'm interested and I'll get back to you. But I don't always get back to them in the short instances. In the meantime, some of them send me a note and sort of negotiate against themselves by saying, I'd be happy to give you a big discount. I'm sure we can agree on a price, all of this kind of stuff. And I've taken recently to sort of responding to the artist by saying, look, here's how I'd like to proceed. If I really want to buy a piece and like a piece, then I'll tell you that I like the piece, and then we could talk about the price. But the price of the piece is not going to, drive my decision as to whether or not it's a piece that I would like to own. Being able to, be a complete professional is really essential, and whether that's being able to read and write and communicate, or do some math, or understand the business aspects of the industries that we're in, we think all of those are in fact pretty pivotal to being successful. I think almost every artist has a different set of needs and a different set of reasons for why they're doing what they're doing. So I would be reluctant to say that there's a single set of anything that works. I do think though that you have to. And we say this all the time. I mean, it's great to be making art, but I do think that you need to try to figure out if there's an audience, for that. And if not, you either have to think about doing something different, or you have to decide that, it's not something that you're going to make a living at. It's something that you're going to do because you enjoy it, and then you'll have to figure out how to make a living elsewhere. I like to buy the largest examples and the best examples of a different artist's work. I think, though, by and large, that the tendency of a lot of artists is to work very small, and of a lot of collectors to buy sort of smaller examples of works and things like that, whether that's because they fit into different kinds of spaces or they're just not as costly or whatever it is. Now, the large-scale stuff is also harder to transport to these shows, and it's more costly and everything else. So I'm starting to see a lot of instances where you'll go into a space at a show or in a gallery, and everything will be, 9 inches square or something like that. And that's hard for me. It's just because that's not the kind of art that I'm interested in. I'm really interested in art that occupies a substantial space and really, you react to. It doesn't, it's not possible to sort of walk by it and have it be part of the wallpaper. So the most efficient assemblage of the opportunity to see a lot of art very efficiently has been the fairs, and the fairs, have been pretty terrific. A lot of art is being displayed, and a lot of art is getting sold at these fairs. And also, we don't buy from slides. I mean, we see everything before we buy it. So, it's just a very efficient system.